to the radio and television, and according to individual conversation, and according to the conversation heard between governments and our officials concerning the problem of trying to find a way to peace for their people and a way to find a stoppage of the fall of the money markets and unemployment and a stoppage to the revolutions between the dissatisfied and the dissatisfied to find a way to be able to eat, keep the hungry from eating from his own labor. Pacification is offered, but it does not satisfy. With nation rejecting peace offer, a nation laughing and making mock of you forever seeking peace and friendship. As it is written, peace is desired more than fine gold. Now to see all these things coming to pass, things that we did not know that we would see. We did not know that we would see such a Goliath, such a giant fallen. Goliath who had defiled the nation of the earth, come out and fight with them, as Goliath did before Israel. Now they should make mock of the great giant of the earth, America. The sword within, the sword without, trouble seemed to have no end, with tens of millions of free black slaves crying for freedom, justice, and equality from the white slave master. And the white slave master want to deceive the black slave and make promises that the white slave master does not intend to fulfill to free the black slave. And with the free black slave thinking that he will eat some crumbs of freedom, justice, and equality from his white slave master, the free black slave will be greatly deceived. The white slave master cannot free himself from his enemy, not to think of this white slave master free himself from the consequences of the dissatisfied world. So with the worst yet to come, I said to you, my black brothers and black sisters, fly to Allah and come follow me. There are some intelligent white people who knows and who will bear witness with me that the worst is yet to come. Look at Texas. There's a warden at Certain prison house who send the believers Muslims to the temple so that they may listen to the truth, which is their salvation today, to accept the truth. I think that this is a very wise warden. It's like the Abu Journal, the Bible. The general knew that the Abu was wrong and that Elijah was right. The general took 400 of Elijah's followers and hid and fed them with the bread in order to save them from hunger while they was in captivity. I said to you leaders, remember the above says of this writing that the worst is yet to come, as the Bible teach us. Their time will come that have never come before, and that those who understood, their heart will be filling them with fear, and their eyes will go away in a hole, looking at things that they saw coming on the people, the trouble, the destruction, and the pledge. Look at the earthquakes. They are taking place. Those earthquakes are on their way here. We are feeling the earth shaking on our feet across the country. As the Holy Quran prophesies to us, you will hear it coming from a distant place, with the grieving, raging, and warring. America is beset all around now with trouble and destruction which have happened. America thought that she is immune to the trouble and destruction which are going on in other nations. Now the same trouble and destruction that you read of has happened in other countries, other nations, the same trouble and destruction with their evil and gruesome sounds are knocking on the door of America. These plagues and storms are knocking on America. Earthquakes are here. You are feeling the ground shaking under your feet. So why should these things hit America? The Revelation teaches why. It's because America is filled with devils and have every uncleanness. So the time has come. The fall is here. And we don't have to wait so long to see. You don't have to wait 2015, 10 years. The fall will be within a few days. So we see Washington, D.C., a speech of May 29, 1959. The followers are expert from a speech I delivered before a gathering of well over 10,000 people at the Arena, Washington, D.C., Sunday, May 29, 1959. My people and I are here to fulfill a promise made long ago. I'm here to bring you the truth, I'm here with a solution to the problem of the so-called man and his white slave master. You are seeking something. You are seeking an answer to your 400-year-old problem of servitude, slavery, and fifth-class citizenship. I'm here with the solution to that problem. How good it is then for black brothers of like minds and similar burdens to get together for a spiritual feast. For more than 400 years, your plea for justice, freedom, equality, a decent place, and the sun have, like thunderclaps sounding in a dark valley of Lebanon. Yet there have been no answer. Never in the history of human evil has so many act for just so loud, so long, receive in return so little, if anything at all. The church have failed you. Christianity have failed you. The governments of America have failed you. You have not received justice from any quarter. As prophesied it, you, my fellow men, are as sheep amongst wolves, and as it expected, every wolf is taking a bite at you. You approach the Senate, the House, the White House. You ask for justice, you get injustice. See, all our prayers have come to nothing because we have presented out of ignorance. We have not known the true God. We have not known who is our brother. We have not known who is our enemy. We have not known who is God, nor have we known who is this devil. In a nutshell, we have not known the truth about God, the devil, until that truth is made plain to us. Prayer for justice will forever go unanswered. We will be the subject of scorn and laughers. But now, it should be ever so clear that the politics will no more solve our problems than they did the difficulties facing Israel during her bondage in Egypt. We have come to the brink of extinction. We must now adhere and make our reprisal of our way of life if we care anything for ourselves, our life, our people, our race, the future of our property, wives, and children. Justice is a common thing, yet man has sought its meaning and substance since time began, that justice was nothing more than the wish of the strongest members of society. Jesus equated justice with brotherhood. We see William Shakespeare saw it as a matter of mercy. I'm here to tell you that justice is the eventual working out of the will of God as indicated in the fundamental principles of truth. Justice is, now we see the weapon God will use to bring judgment upon the world, purpose and consummation of his coming. Although we are the chosen of God when it comes to justice, the so-called American Negro are the most deprived people on the planet Earth. Have justice prevailed, there will be no need for a day of judgment to come. Today, to plead not to the unjust judges of the world, but to that just judge to give the black man of America justice. And that just judge is Allah God. We must come to a time that the end is coming to this white America world. We have come to the end of the days of the unjust judges, even though it may offend some. See, you must know the truth of it all. The truth hurts the guilty. According to the saying of Jesus, the truth will make us free. The imperative needs is for a clear cut, a definition of that truth that will make us free. We must distinguish between the truth and the false so-called truth that have been handed down to us from generation by the slave masters. We have been falsely taught that the truth was the matter of Jesus' birth and death, and has been taught that this is also false. The truth is the revelation of Christianity. We see neither of these is the truth. Neither of these will make you free. The truth to freedom is the knowledge of God, and the devil truth of yourself, others, and the real religion of God. How mistake you are to assume that Jesus was the final words of truth. Jesus himself admitted he could not tell it all. Yet he promised that God will send one who will not only reveal the ultimate truth, but who will reveal it to the people lying in the mud of ignorance and shame. We, the fools of the world, will be the first to know that truth, not the rise of this world. This is not called for offense. When God says he will reveal his truth to the fools of the world, it was a blessing, not an insult to us. At all, this name us his chosen people. Now it is that the problem of this black man in America has set off an air of troubling throughout the world. Till your problem is solved, there will not be peace for anyone. Today then is a new day drawing a new world. For the old days and the old world have passed away. We see this new day in the new world, if you please, cannot come into full meaning till justice come to our people. The burden is not the oppressor alone. Much of it is upon us. The time hath come when we must speak or die. See, our leaders and so-called leaders are choked by fear. Such a leader is not worth the salt that lavishes bread. So you must know the truth. The truth must come out. This is a fear of roots of their failures to tell you the truth. Now the truth must come out. You must understand the Bible. Christianity is a white man's religion. Contains no starvation for the black man. For this is the very reason the prayers of your preachers to the government, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost have fallen on deaf ears. Now, can y'all agree that Christianity is a white man's religion and it contains no starvation for the black man here in America? Can you all agree on that? Because Christianity could never be the religion of Jesus. Jesus could never preach the religion of this Christianity to you. Oh, now you guys want to go when y'all hear this. Jesus could never preach Christianity. If Jesus preached Christianity, then why did they came with this Christianity religion and made it a capital in Rome? See, why they didn't put Christianity the capital of Jerusalem, but instead they brought it in Rome? You see, when they said it's best that one man die, then the whole nation should perish. See, a man by the name of Constantine, you see, it was 325 AD. Constantine had a vision. He had a dream that he would carry up the cross. You see, the white man invented the name of Christianity, stole your rights, took your DNA, and robbed your minds. That's why they so quick to ordain you with a license. You see, when you are special from the Lord creation, see, when God licensed you, you are licensed by the call. So you don't need these white slave masters, your children, to give you the book, because 300 years you couldn't know it. You couldn't study it. So they picked up the Bible and they look at the so-called American Negro and they look at you as former President Barack Obama. Look at him. He's not like your Al Sharpton. He's not like your Jesse Jackson. You see. And they said, well, Sam, we want you now. We want you to come up here. And we want you to preach this. Turn to the Bible. John 3:16. For so God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, that whoever should believe shall not perish but have eternal life. Okay, now, if the enemy takes your coat, don't ask for it. If he slap you on one side of the cheek, you turn the other with enough love. You see, Moses gave us the law that an eye for an eye, and a nose for a nose, and a tooth for a tooth. You know, America can't do that today. You know, the governments can't do it. You know, the Pope of Rome can't do it. See, America's chiefs was to get strike. She's going to pair her army. They're going to pair their military. And see, if you and I don't wake up and execute this law, an eye for an eye and a nose for a nose, then brothers and sisters, we might as well be dead and forgotten. You see, this fear It's the root of their failures to tell you the truth. Now this truth must come out. You have misunderstood this Bible. See, Christianity is a white man's religion, and it contains no starvation for the black man. For this very reason, the prayers of your preachers to the governments, the Father and Son and Holy Ghost have fallen on the deaf ears. Now I ask you, what good is Christianity to you and to me if that religion and the God of that religion will not defend us against lynching and rape? Indeed, we will be a fool to believe and trust such a religion and such a God, knowing that He bestows all His blessings upon our enemies. We are taught to look forward to a starvation that does not exist. See, Christianity offers starvation after death. You must go down to the earth and rot. That kind of starvation I don't want. I will not give you 2 cents for it. Any man that will work hard all his life praying to God to take and get him a home beyond the grave is a fool. I'm sorry if you think ill of me, but the truth is all I'm going to speak. The black man in America is in a terrible condition. He is blind, confused, wandering about a high noon on Judgment Day. If Judgment Day was not here instead of some remote hour to come, I will not be bringing you this message at this hour. Elijah is here because we see this day of judgment is here. What a sorry spectacle we make before God and the nation of the world. Here we are, upwards of 20 million black Americans who have given their blood, sweat, service for 400 years in the vain hope that one day justice will be ours. Here, the black man in America have given their blood, sweat over 400 years. It's we died here. It's we have fought America war. It's we have saved America independence. But the black man have given nothing in return but shooting down, kicked, beaten down on the streets and on the highways in the cities. Just for them to have an excuse to persecute us all day long. When the Cold War sound, see, the black soldier stood. The plain of Europe, Asia, Africa, and America had been fertilized by his blood. Yet the government of the nation from which he fought and who caused he died allowed his son to be lynched, and then add salt to the wound by concealing the identities of the lynchers. You see, more the government seeks out the lynchers and then turn them over to their fellow men who share the lynch cause and motives. Our daughters and wife are lynched before our eyes. You see, this government will not put a stop to it. To allow the lynchers to lynch you and me if we are charged with attempt to rape one of them. The lynchers live right next door, down the street, up there, yet they are not brought to justice. See, all this grief you and I must suffer, all these burdens we must bear. It is beyond comprehension that the American government's mistress of the seas, lords of the air, and conqueror of space, of the land, and pullers of the deep, bottom of the ocean, is unable to defend us from assault, rape, murder on the streets of these jungles. Well, the same man could deny that it is now time that you and I take counsel amongst ourselves to the end of finding justice for ourselves. If we continue to accept these injustices, we are nothing but cowards. If we be cowards, then we ought to just go home, kill our wife, and then commit suicide. We kill the devil in Germany. We kill his brother for him. We kill our own brother for him. Yet we are without justice. We have nothing. We see our sons and daughters are lynched, kicked, beaten, hung up in the sun, drowned in the river and pond and lakes. Their bodies are found in the streets and on the highways, and in bushes, killed by the very people on whom they have slayed their life out to give comfort. When you stand up and speak a word in behalf of your own people, you are classified as a troublemaker. You are classified as a communist, a race hater, and everything but good. How can you as a people ever be anything if you are going to crush out your leaders who try to seek justice for you, even at the cost of their own life? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, am classified as a race hater. What's up, my brother? Peace and blessings to you. How can the devil say Little Elijah Muhammad is teaching race hatred in the face over 400 years of his hatred of you and me. If God have revealed to me the truth of this race of people and yourself, and I tell you of it, and that is the truth, and don't say that I'm teaching race hatred. Just say I teach the truth. There is only one thing that I'm teaching today that is hatred. That is the truth of the devil. That truth, I don't know. Only God knows the truth of the devil. He has revealed it to me. If that is not the truth, let the devil attack God. It is just that the truth have come to you, people without the knowledge of the truth. They're deceived and misled by a rise wicked scientists. I'm here with the truth from God, am I? For that truth, I will give my life. I will not hide that truth to introduce me to falsehood, and I won't mix it up with falsehood. I say to you, my beloved brothers and sisters of injustice, if you only reflect on what is said from the mouth of Elijah, you will not take him for insult. You will take him for a beloved brother, a beloved teacher yourself. You will not take him for a race hater. You will take him for a beloved brother today. I am not before you of myself, and have not been sent of myself. You see, my mission is not for me, nor my mission from the devil. I have been sent by Almighty God Allah. It's a very strong, powerful mission that will bring a turning point in the history of the world at large, the black man in particular. The truth will make you free. What is that truth that will free us? You see, we are already free. Abraham Lincoln freed us. See, that's not the kind of freedom in which I speak. We see Abraham Lincoln was not an instrumental in trying to free you. Remember that Abraham Lincoln wanted the United States of America. They didn't want two governments. They didn't want two presidents ruling America. They wanted only one government with one president for all. It was not that they were so full of love for the so-called nigga that he wanted to free them from the hands of their brother. But this was a good weapon to bring his brother into submission to the idea of the United States and one president of that United States. So therefore, you were just lucky that you got free from servitude, slavery at that time. Otherwise, you would probably still have been in servitude, slavery. Today, you say you love Lincoln. You love him because he freed us. I said to you, my beloved brothers and sisters, Miss Lincoln was not your brother. He was not your friend any more than George Washington. Now, George Washington was a murderer. George Washington was a fugitive. They didn't have it for you and I to free us. See, the only reason why we say we was free because Abraham Lincoln freed us, he did not free us. He did not free us. We're not free from white America. See, when we are free is when you free when they give you your your restitution. You are free when you can depart. When they can give you what they owe and send you into a land that you can't call your own. We're not free from our America today. Give us what they owe us. You can't go to America and ask America for $100 billion without her turning a deaf ear to you. We help America. We help to establish this land. And all day you've been kicked, beaten, murdered, mistreated, police force. This is continuing going on. They ignore what we need today. And this is why the doing of justice today will check her fall as she done one basic principle. Jesus was showing how to be righteous. If you have a brother or sister and being a believer and giving that brother and sister and the believer a drink of water and let that be a good act. Because if it's a good act, you see, God can prolong their time. If it's a good act, God can bring extension of time because no act goes without its reward. And I say this to say this again, the doing of justice would have checked her fall. So we know today that they don't want to help us. We know this, and we know why the judgment is here. Judgment have come to you, America. And I think that the little nation will rise, and seeing her from afar, because America is going to burn and burn and burn. This is why earthquakes is here. You are feeling the ground shaking, and more storms is on its way to America. Now we have been up 100 years from slavery, and many of you have feel proud that you have been schooled. You have a few diplomas and degrees. You can do little things educationally, but that does not get you justice in America. You still suffer injustice with your harmful diplomas and degrees from colleges and universities. Is that not right? Is that not right? I'm willing that you shoot me down, cut me down any way you please to get rid of me if I'm not right. If I'm right, please be aware. What we want today is justice. We want the truth. The truth have come to you. You are not accepting it. Think over. Here are a few of us who accept God to be our Lord. We accept Islam to be our religion, an old religion as old as God himself, a religion that of the prophets of all the righteous. We see a religion of freedom, justice, and equality. We see a religion of universal brotherhood, a religion that brother will fight and die for his brother, a religion that believes in the laws that was given to Moses, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. We see, look at Christianity. That law is killed today. Why? Because the devil did not want you to strike back at him. So therefore they condemn an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth in a Christian religion, because 20 million so-called might get an eye for an eye. See, that is nothing but the common law of justice. If you plunk out my eye, I should try to plunk out yours. But you have been made such harmless slave by this teaching of the slavery religion called Christianity, which teach you to love, not to strike back, but to turn the other cheek. It teach you to give freedom to the robbers. If you take one coat, then give him the coat also. Help the robbers to rob. You see, and risk the thief. See, that's the kind of religion that you are taught to believe. That's God religion. I said, my friends, it's a slavery teaching. It's against the very nature of you and me to stand and let someone slap us on one side of the cheek and then return another with enough love. I would say cowardice in us. The unsmoked cheek. You see, you can't do that. It's against the laws of nature. America can't do it. When America cheeks is struck by an enemy, she prepare her army to strike back. Christian governments of America can't do it. You see, the Pope of Rome can't do it. If you and I don't wake up to the knowledge and execute that law, an eye for an eye, we might as well be dead and forgotten. It is better for you and me to just go and commit suicide than for the enemy to come in our homes, drag us down, drag our daughters out, beat, lynch, and rape them while we stand by looking. If you and I are deprived of justice, if the federal governments will not punish our murderers and our rapers, I said to you, we must get together and find some way to punish them ourselves. Thank you. In the case of a recent lynching in Mississippi, the government agents spent a lot of time trying to find the lynch body, showed that he had been lynched. It would have been easier to find the murderers than the dead body, according to the paper. That is all you and I had to go by. The government knows the lynchers, but since finding the lynchers, according to the paper, they had turned the lynchers over to their judge of their own native states in courts. Then they would be free, as all the other lynchers of our people have been free. We have come to a point where we must find justice for ourselves or commit suicide. What good is your life and my life if we have no protection? If I was a black woman, my man was such cowards, that they will not try and defend me and the children I produce, I will get a shotgun and kill myself. This is nothing but right. This thing has come to a point of expulsion. I'm your brother. Your hurt is my hurt. Doesn't make any difference, see, with me, what religion you are, as long as you are a black man or a member of the darker people. You and I are brothers. Your hurt is my hurt. Now, how many years have you been frightened? Keep your mouth shut. Don't say that. It's not time. When is going to get time for you to speak up for yourself? You cannot blame the government for not giving you anything. We are not asking for anything. The only thing that you are pleading for is a job. It's not true that John Hawkins, the slave trader of our people, brought you and me here for just the purpose of working for this white man. He didn't bring you here to make you the white man's equal. It is certainly evidence by now that was never intended that you be a full citizen, owner, or office holder in America. Your role was that of a slave. They, even now, for 400 years, have elapsed it. That intends underlying your role in the American body of politics. How apathetic a sight many of us make as we boast of our education and our attainment, of our measure economic growth. See, all these things are illusion. When rightly viewed it, the education had been designed by their oppressors with the scientific of intents of keeping you in certitude. Economic growth had been achieved by the installment buying, which is now clearly shown to be the bag of rope about the necks of this black man. Our oppressor own and control everything. We have nothing. What then is the base of our valid and foolish pride? See, something must be wrong upstairs. I ask you, how in the name of common sense can we be satisfied with our roles of servitude and as the helpless victims of injustice? If we have simple intelligence and love for our fellow man, we must sound the alarm and let the whole world know we are not satisfied. We must shake off the dead, dumb, and blind shackles that have beset us from generations and move towards unity of our kind. This is the truth. The truth hurts. I will speak it or die. You see, I'm not afraid to die for truth indeed. I did not take this mission to try to save my life. I took the mission to fulfill truth, even at the cost of death. We must unite at all costs. Once united, we must stand fully packed as a wall against injustice. If a brother does not want to unite with you, then you must teach him, court him, urge him, persuade him by all method available until he realizes that he too must give his all on the altar of justice. For what if 10 million of us die in the process? The remaining 7 million or more of us will enjoy freedom, justice, and equality. Allah is significant for all our needs. This is why I do not have to beg for their oppressors or march on their capital with my hat in my hand. For how can I, on one hand, preach the doom of the oppressors system, and then on the other hand, acts of the oppressors? See, Allah is our God. We are his blessed. He has given all the world to us if we will but first give our all to him. I met with Allah as Moses met with Jehovah. Allah has revealed the truth into me. It's up to you to believe it or let it alone. But this does not negate the fact that I know the end of it all. I know tomorrow. I'll be happy to tell it to you if you will believe it. I want you to know that their oppressor are exerting every effort to prevent you and me from uniting. They do not want to unite Negro. They do not want it is an Islamic so-called Negro. And know that Islam freed this black man from fear. As a result, it set the oppressor teeth on edge. You see, this power of Islam is best seen when compared to the failure of Christianity. First, Christianity have failed you because it was the religion that first placed you in slavery. Secondly, Christianity have failed you because through its doctrines of turning the other cheek, it has rendered you incapable of defending yourself in the very hour. Thirdly, Christianity has failed you because it has called you to forsake the pursuit of justice in this world and pursuit of this illusory and non-existent justice beyond the grave. Now, my beloved, we are faced with the same problem that beset Moses and the children of Israel during the era of Egyptian captivity. We see Pharaoh did not want Moses to preach the religion of Jehovah in Egypt, because Pharaoh knew such preaching would bring a damnation to his wicked kingdom. So it is that the oppressor did not want to hear the gospel of the black man. They knew that this gospel one day be their undoing. Pharaoh did not want Moses to call the Jews to the wall to whine at sundown. He knew that once the Jews was united in the name of the religion of their fathers, they would no longer abide in slavery. Pharaoh did not want Moses to teach the gospel of justice on this side of the grave. He knew that once the Jews determined in their hearts to seek justice here and now, they will rise up and demand a place in the sun. So then it is with us. Our oppressors are determined to keep our eyes in the sky, while they control the lands on our feet. They are determined to blow us down in an unpractical act of turning the other cheek, the better that they may smack our cheeks and rob our pockets. We must not be deceived by the rush towards integration that has become the theme in the past few years, just as the Romans were, to beware of the slave master bearing integration, while actually after this 400 years of murder, rape, slavery, do the oppressor now come waving the olive branch of integration? Is it that they really love us? Is it that they are sincerely sorry for their sins and seek restitution? If they love us, then why was there no evidence of this love in their hearts of their forefathers when they sold our fathers like cattle on the block? If they really seeking to atone, then why do they not offer some measure of restitution in area of this country we can call home to the sons and daughters? They are not come to this hour because they love us, nor integration a sign that they are sorry for their sins. The blunt fact is that oppressors see fire coming. They see the handwriting on the walls and know what it means. They will have you believe that the days ahead hold glory for the Christian world. My beloved, I, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, must speak if it kills me, and who will die rather than lie, tell you this. I know tomorrow, I know the end of it all. Tomorrow is not heaven for the Christian world. Tomorrow is hell for this Christian world. You have a blind spot because you have not come to the religion of your people. Instead, you are weeping, mourning over the death of Jesus 2,000 years ago. You are going insane over the preaching of Jesus' life and death. Yet you don't weep, mourn, or go insane over the rape, lynching of your own people in your own time. It is a modern disgrace to see you shout, having spasm in your church over the mistake notion that God gave his only son to save the Christian world. What a shame. What fool God will give his only son to save the devil? What fool people will give their all in the vain hope that the devil can change his horns and lay down his pitchfork? The religion that have brought us to the pain of destruction is the way of the oppressors. It's not our faith. It's not natural to us. Even more, our oppressor cannot follow the very religion he would teach us. I have no alternative but to tell you that there is no life beyond the grave. There is no justice in the street. Bye. Immorality is now here. We are the blessed of God. We must assure every means to protect ourselves. The message I bring is not for the cowards. Those of you who follow me must be ready to withstand the birth of insults of those who come to investigate. The pride and claim that our ultimate aim is to undermine the American way of life. We have no such intentions. Our critics know it. There is nothing on the rug about what I say and teach. It is shouted over the air in newspapers and on the street corners. Why then should you be intimidated by those who seek only to throw fear in your heart and know what we say is right? How ironic is that the very people who charge us with disturbing the status quo themselves, going around raping, lynching, denying citizens the right to vote, and taking the whole Congress, call you and me and everything from a beast to a mortal entity. Yet they unite with their own kind. They give aid and comfort to their own kind. They bring their common enemies to nothing. When then is it so wrong that you and I unite for the same end? If you listen well, you can hear the scream of a Negro in Tallahassee as she finally begged her four white abductors to leave her virtue intact. Listen a little longer, you can hear the plea from a Milwaukee black mother as she begged police to free her 6 and 7-year-old daughter from the right abductors who held them captive and took the carnal liberty with them for over an hour. These acts of carnage must come to an end. To that end, I suggest the following. First, we must discipline our women, if any of them are so blind as to consort with their oppressors. Then we must take counsel amongst ourselves and with her. We must exert every pressure at our command until she will return to a state of loyalty to her own. Much of the defection amongst women scheme from the fact that they have been cordial and to form their oppressor style when it comes to hair, dress, and clothing. These are the baggage to sin. If you study the customs of transition of Islamic countries, you see the proper manner of dress. These are the rules we must lay down and enforce if our women are to receive the respect due them. Of course, it must be realized that the oppressor seeks out our women to debase them. There is no real love and affection in his heart for them or us. She but become the tool of his pleasure, the object of his succor. Second, we must realize the difference between integration and separation. To integrate with evil is to be destroyed with evil. What we want, indeed, justice for us, is to be set apart. We want and must insist upon an area in this land that we can call home, somewhere we can hold our head with pride and dignity, without the continued harassments and indignity of our oppressor. Third, we must realize that the black man in Africa is our brother, and our central responsibility is with the black man here in the wilderness of North America. For us to spend our energy pleading for the cause of Africa is like a blind man pleading that his fellow blind man be given eyes while he continues to stumble in darkness. The solution to all these problems lies in a clear cut of understanding of the truth. I have come to bring you that truth. Now I spell it out so that even the children amongst you may know the nature of tomorrow. First of all, we must know the truth about God and the devil. We, the black man, are our God. Our oppressors, wherever they may be, are the devil. Their nature is evil. They are incapable of doing good. Secondly, I must tell you the truth about the day of judgment. You have been taught that one day the dead and God shall rise again. You have taken that to mean that people will get up from the graveyard and walk about. There's so much nonsense. Properly read, the resurrection means that we, the black man of North America, will rise from a mental death. Realize who we are. Discover who God is. Name the devil for the beast that he is. Then, like Joseph, go on to become master in the land, when once you were a slave. The dawn of a new day. Thank you guys for tuning in. America burdened trying to protect herself from the attacking nations of the world is tremendous, one that she will not be able to carry. Therefore, she must succumb to the powerful forces that are coming against her. The fall of a nation makes way for another. As the earth continues, all nations and their civilization are limited upon it, except the original nation which takes on renewal and changes. Though in appearance, we see America seems steadfast. She is moving towards an ultimate end. One great problem to be solved in the fall of America is the liberation of the so-called American Negro, the lost and found people of the original black nation of the earth. They have been here for 4 centuries, mistreated, brought to a state of corruption and shame. They now are being held, although they are as blind mentally as someone is physically, and all the preparation of divine supreme being. and a nation of righteousness to remove the enemy of God and the righteous from the earth. The poor so-called American Negro cannot see it. In the South, we saw Reverend Martin King Jr., a graduate, theologically, as I'm told, on his knees, begging the divinely condemned people the right ways for brotherhood. You, the so-called nigger, are too spiritually, mentally blind to see. Your heart is too hard against receiving the truth, and your ears are too thoroughly closed to the truth that God Allah has says. The right race is a race of devils, created to be destroyed. This is true, it's verified in the Bible and this holy Quran. Hundreds of thousands of preachers tremble at the thought of ever accepting the truth and wish to take the followers into the fall of America. This is the promise, and this is the problem to be solved. And if it's to be solved, then how shall it be solved? And what is the best method to use in a solution? It must be a solution that touches not only the enemies, but those who cleave to him, while defiling the wrath of Almighty Allah God. It is in Cupid, said the Holy Quran, that Allah gives life to this mentally dead, so-called nigger. It's also made in Cupid. In the Bible, we see where Ezekiel declared in his vision that all of the dry bones was resurrected. This does not refer so much to the word because the word has no effect of the resurrection. It literally took something more effective than a word. The wind that the prophet was to prophesy to represent war, which will eventually bring harm and suffering to rebellious rejectors of the truth. Starvation must come to the so-called nigger. Everyone's eyes should be open. Time of the ending of this world is now, and not yet to come, as you so foolishly think. Study your Bible, it is there. The end is predicted and hint in many places. Daniel in the Bible, however, gives you a better knowledge of it than any other place. And the Quran prophesies that. Do not expect 10 more years. The fall will be within a few days. The so-called nigger must be stripped completely of this white man way of life, his name, and Christianity. The world of scholars and scientists know that Christianity will not survive. They know that Islam is the only religion that will survive the destruction of this wicked civilization. Self first. Self first. We, the black people in America, do not think for self first. Failing to think for self first is the greatest mistake we, the poor black people who are up from servitude, slavery, or the fathers can make. But for the slave master children, our failures to think for self first is rise to anything their fathers could hardly dream of in a day and time. Self first. Over 100 years, we the black people had not learned to think for self first. This is due to the fact that we tried to think something for the benefits of the slave master, something to make him smile at the free black slave. Trying to win the love of the white slave master had been the black people's greatest mistake. Now it had become our greatest mistake. To have love for them, white race means the fire of hell. The God is heated. It's being heated up for both you who love the devil and the devil too. Do not blame this white slave master for your love and desire for them above your love and desire for Allah God who love you. While the white slave master, the devil, does not love you. The devil's nature will not let him love you. The white slave master is so full of deceits that he can deceive you and all others. The Bible teaches us. Holy Quran refers to this white slave master, the devil, as the arch deceivers. As the deceivers, the devil has no equal. He is the professional, the wisest of all deceivers. So from the slave master preachers making parents of today, he is the professional, the wisest deceivers of all of the civilization of the earth. And he had deceived all of the civilization of the earth. The Bible teaches you that he deceived the whole world. The white slave master, the devil, did not deceive us, the black people in America alone. He had deceived every human being, well, except the angels of heaven. The arch deceiver, the white man, had deceived the rebels that he has made. And this is why they will not accept Islam. They'd rather go to hell with the white slave master, the devil. And the devil will just honor them as rebels that the devil has made. In the Bible, John and the Revelation sees the preachers and his followers burning in hellfire with the devil, the white slave masters. I do not care how much you teach or tell the reverends that he's headed for hell and fallen the white slave master, the devil. They ignore the warning for the sake of the honor of the white slave master. But when you look into it, see that the slave master is not honoring the reverends. He is fooling him. The white slave master cares nothing about the reverend that he has need. And he thinks that the reverend is a fool for following him. It's written in the Bible, which teach the reverends against fallen devil. The people who work as the devil disciple are called reverend. The word reverend means to respect. But this is a false honor with the devil. And yet, the reverend goes still, and he will walk right into the lake of hellfire with the devil, as long as the devil call him reverend or father. You see, some of the devil disciple are called father after the Pope, the chief father of Satan religion, Christianity. The Pope claimed in the Bible that he will sit in the side of the north and be like the Most High, Isaiah 14:13 and 14. And yet Allah God promised to pull him down to hell, Isaiah 14:15. Allah is going to pull him down real fast. The home of the Pope had got one of the worst beaten with clay, snow, and ice. Enemy, the worst beating that you ever could have imagined coming to the head of the church. Showed that Allah God, the supreme being, does not respect one, and his father, whom they call Pope. If it was a holy place, we would not expect to suffer the curse of nature. We who live in America, live in a cursed country. America is a cursed country. America is a divine place of the exile for Allah's enemies. He promised to use America now for a lake of fire, which to burn all his enemies. The Indians, the first people who were sent, who migrated to America. We see the Indians was also the enemies of Allah. Self first, the reverends are the enemies of their own black people. If the preacher do as this white slave master tell them to do, the white slave master killed them as he did Reverend Martin King Jr. But since they are the devil's disciple, he should kill them if they do not obey him. That is right. The devil wants to be a God like Allah, for Allah will kill those who do not obey him. So the devil killed those whom he sent and who will not obey him. So look out, Reverend. Be careful, Reverend. The white slave master have proved in our own eyes and hearing by killing Reverend Martin King Jr. With that, he was blessed to go to heaven, but instead he went to hell with his enemy. I do not mean a hell that is in the earth someplace, brothers. Reverend Martin King Jr. went to hell in the wickedness of his white enemy, trying to satisfy his white enemy. He gets no credit for all the work that he did for his enemy, and the enemy knows that. Are there any one of the Christian theologians that tried to prove that Reverend Martin King Jr. or anywhere else, a good man that he was? See, Reverend Martin King Jr. was deceived and frightened to his very heart by the enemies. Self first. Think for self first. When Reverend Martin King Jr. talked with me at my home, I saw in him that he wanted to believe me, but he was so afraid of his enemy. Self first. You cannot serve two masters. I tried my best to put the fierceness in him. Reverend Martin King Jr. admitted to me that I'm teaching right. He admitted that the white man is the devil, but he was afraid to teach and take a stand and preach that this white man is a devil. The white man has set Reverend Martin King Jr. up with $50,000 Nobel Peace Prize. For this money, the white man desired that Reverend Martin King Jr. go to hell with the devil. The devil did take Reverend Martin King Jr. to hell. If Reverend Martin King Jr. had laughed to this day, he would have been in the same corner with me. The devil had Reverend Martin King Jr. and his powers through fear. But good heart, black brothers, Reverend Martin King Jr. had a good heart. But he was yet dead spiritually. Yet he was smart enough in his studies to see the truth of what I'm saying. So I went down to the Coliseum that we had rented for a mass meeting, and I told the public what a great time Reverend Martin King Jr. and I had at my home. I told the public what a great man Reverend Martin King Jr. was. And the white enemy shows Reverend Martin King Jr. What a great man he, the art deceiver, was. He set Reverend Martin King Jr. up for the prize money. Just as it is written, the art deceiver is capable of deceiving the whole world, except God's last messenger, the Lamb, the Bible, Revelation. Self first. Let us try and be ourselves first and stop trying to be like the devil. Black man, you are created black. You black men are the first and the last. Black man, stop trying to be right. If you see what Allah God hath prepared for the white slave master, the devil, you will run from the devil when you get a taste of it. Allah God hath prepared the fire of hell for them. The Holy Quran teaches that the black man will wish that between him and the devil was the distance between east and west. But you serve the devil, you love him because he had made you to fear him from the cradle to the grave. Wake up and take pride in black self and come follow me. And the God with me, the God who says that there is no fear for the one who believes in him, nor shall you grieve. Just think of the blessing that is in those two promises. No fear, no grief. I know we have fear and grief much. So if anybody needs a God to remove fear and grief from him, we are certainly the people. Fear the devil, the white man, is what kept us back from enjoying heaven. If we do think to please the devil, for you are most certainly members of hell. Day and night they are killing you and each other of their kind. And yet you want to please the devil. You cannot go to heaven pleasing the devil. To go to heaven, you have to please God. You black man are directly from the God of heaven. Black man, you are created to serve Allah. You was not created to serve the devil. Come follow me, and there will be no fear for you, nor shall you grieve. We the Muslim fear none but Allah. Anybody needs the fear removed from him. It is the frightening death, black man in America. Self first. The black man. The black man, for the first time since he had been in the Western hemisphere, is accepting himself as a black man and not as a colored man. He is accepting himself as a black man, not as a colored man. We have to accept ourselves as a black man, not as white folks. If you hate your dumb blackness, it's because you have been opposed. You could have known who you are, so you hate your dumbness and you rather change your color. You rather be white instead of black because you don't like your own blackness. You see, although the black man had been colored it, now the black man had learned that the coloring was false. And the coloring came from a robber, the devil. After he, the devil himself, had put our black fathers to sleep to the knowledge of their black self, the white man pretty nearly destroyed all of the original color of us, and he added in his own color. Never have we, the black man, been so happy to be called black. In the book, the Bible teaches us that God will come in one day, and God will choose us, the black people, to be his people. We did not know anything about the false color part that God had made in mind to remove from us. But now God is here amongst us. He is teaching us of the knowledge of our color. And we love our own black color. And now we have learned that the color of our enemies have almost destroyed our original black. We are now awakened to the knowledge that black is the first color and the last color, if there be a last. And now that we have learned that the black is a better color, we want to be black. You just do not have a better color than black. Black look good all of the time. See, the beautiful part of black is that we love black. And since we now have the knowledge of the two colors, the black and the false color, we are separating the original black color from the false color so that we can preserve our own black color forever. The knowledge of the black self given to us by him who knows us. We all should be happy and rejoicing to know that we, the black people, was never a wicked people until we followed the wicked one, the white man, after his wickedness. God has declared us, the black man, to be the righteous, and God made it plain to see why we are the righteous. We are from the righteous black people by nature. We, the black men, are righteous by creation, and we cannot be other than righteous. It's a happy time of ours, the black man life. It's a happy time of our life to learn who we are, to learn that who we are, the black man, is the best of people, under a shadow of doubt. We are living amongst the enemy under the shadow of death by the way of cowardly enemies. We, the black lost found of our people here in America, live under the shadow of death by ways of cowardly enemies. Every enemy seeks our death one way or another. So every enemy seeks our death one way or another. You see, as long as you hear, as a black man, and there's police officers, he goes after that one so-called Negro and yell, "Get that nigga." There's 100 of them. There's one black folks. He's walking around in the streets. So he's set in this lurching place of the village, in a secret place. Do he murder the innocents? You see, his eyes are set against the poor. When we see up into this day, he's seeking who he can devour. You see, whenever they dress themselves in a uniform to patrol the streets, that badge should show the line of his duty. But instead, he's roaming to seek his prey. And they go after that one helpless victim. Well, we got a nigga here. Let's get him. There's opportunity. There's no one around. And he seeks after that one helpless victim. This shows cowardice. Ever since the white man been going after that so-called Negro. So what is your life? Because your life is like a mist that soon appears. And after it appears, it's gone. Life don't mean anything. Our life don't mean anything to them. Because we are nothing but a price. So I think now there have to be justice. I think now God has come. And the time that he's coming is to bring hope for his people. No more of this mistreatment. No more of this carnage that had been inflicted. No more. Because now we can see that the deliverer has come. And God is coming to remove this rubbish. And I think that we should stand and say, enough is enough. We are tired of this game playing. And it's going to take God to deliver us and bring us home. Is he going to give us the land that he promised? And we deserve it. He was never an evildoer, but we suffer under the ruthless people, a right race of people that we all know, and we couldn't know nobody else but them. So now there's a price that they have to pay. See, there's a tab put on you. As long as you got a tab put on you, thinking that you can do whatever you want, You have to pay the price. There's a penalty that white America has to pay. You thinking she's going to get over the sore? You're going to see another disaster going to come. These storms are visiting her. And the storms can be delayed. It will have to be entirely up to them. That these storms can be delayed. They'll have to do justice. Because it takes justice to check her fall. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Because God comes. And he's going to come at a time when they least expect it. You know, these people are going to rally. Do Independence Day, they're going to rally. And after they be rallying and having a good time, then all of a sudden, disaster comes in her land. She's not going to get over the pledge that's going to be sent by Almighty God. As you think she's going to get over, another disaster will come. Then we know her time has come. We know that sooner or later, she has to pack her things and leave. So I say, oh, America, where shall you flee? Okay,